I am working on my story. I just did an interview for the 4 o'clock. It's currently 3 o'clock.
I'm sweating a little bit. I don't like that.
So today I'm going to take you along with me behind the scenes.
Make her sound good, Ethan.
I will.
You'll get to see me do some interviews,
Did you feel that you were being shown by the team?
some editing,
But I don't have time to put everything in. That is the problem.
phone calls,
Hey, is this David?
and mainly panic. I'm going to panic a lot. I have an hour. This is ridiculous. I literally don't know if I can do it. So let's do it.
So I was born. It was 1 p.m. No, I'm from Marietta, Georgia. I graduated from the University of Georgia in December of 2024. But before I did all of that, I gotta go back. So I played baseball for about 14 years of my life. That is how I got to college. That's not solely how. I'm smart too, but I went to college to play baseball. But I did the thing that most athletes do, and I was like, I'm just gonna do business and play ball, whatever. So I did that, and then I realized I hated that because I don't like business. I wanted to do screenwriting. Why? Because I've always loved writing. Believe it or not, I wrote a book by the time I was 12. I actually started writing like some short films and stuff in college and all that. I did stand-up comedy for 3 years. I did sketch comedy for 3.5 years. So Georgia makes you pick backup majors within that same school. My backup major was journalism. Took my first journalism class the following semester and I hated it. It was so boring because who wants to do the news was my thought. So the following semester we had some people from, we can blank out the name, and they were like, hey, have you ever thought about being on TV? And I was like, I can't be on TV. That's not a thing in my future. And they're like, why not? And I was like, I just never thought I would fit. And they were like, I think you could do it. So I just went out on a limb one day and I put in an application for their summer internship. Fast forward a couple months, I got the internship. I ended up in Denver, Colorado. So when I went back to school, I had an idea of exactly what it looked like to be a good journalist. And then somebody was like, you should try storytelling. And I was like, what's that? And they're like, it's essentially, this is how I interpret it. It's essentially writing short films that can make a change. So that's what I do now. That's my specialty. Let me do the thing. Ready? Hey everybody, my name is Ethan Wright and I am a new reporter here at KOTV News on 6. So every morning for work I wake up at 7:15, but I also have a secondary alarm set for 7:30 so I can turn the first one off and wake up 15 minutes later because for some reason Apple only lets you snooze for 8 minutes, which is ridiculous. So then I get up at 7:30 and I sit on the edge of my bed or I lay in my bed scrolling Facebook looking for stories for about 30 to 45 minutes and then I go, oh crap, I've sat in bed too long, and I get up. I get into work at about, work starts at 9:30, I get in at 9:25. 9:20, in the door by 9:25, in the meeting by 9:29. Once I get in the meeting, I'm going to, unless I have something set up, I'm gonna pitch 3 story ideas and hopefully one of those sticks. Today, I think I pitched the equivalent of a lead story, a musy story, and a story that may not turn. And I decided to chase the story that may not turn. Morning is the calmest part of the day because I'm A, just waking up, B, I'm just now figuring out what I'm gonna do for the day, so I haven't been able to stress yet. That's my favorite thing to do, is stress. If I could get that on a t-shirt, I would put that on a t-shirt. And I don't like making phone calls at my desk too much, so I typically go outside to make my phone call. I'm gonna go make a phone call. I'm gonna show you my spot. I'm the only person who likes this spot, therefore it is mine. I think a time will come though. Oh, they're doing baby yoga. Wish I could have done yoga as a baby. You know what I was doing as a baby? Reading books. All right, this is my spot. I'll show you why nobody likes it. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna call David Bizarro. Hey, is this David? Hey David, this is Ethan Wright calling from Channel 6. How you doing this morning? Well, geez. Well, that's it. I don't have a story. MMJ. Multimedia journalist is what that means. If you're a realist like I am, multimedia journalist means you're gonna do everybody's job and you're gonna love it. I love it. but you do a lot of people's jobs. I will say that. Sweet, it is working. It includes shooting. If I could have you, editing. I'm gonna be fine. Writing. I need a script, tracking, and that violated city policy. And going on TV. Worked for the fire department for 24 years. And then you're gonna do the web article. I have been cursed with a good heart. Social media post.
News on 6.
That's just the job. If you want to be good at that, like I said, you're gonna have to get out in the community and meet people, find stories, and all that. So it's a really all-encompassing job. As an MMJ, my day looks like after I pitch my story and call people. Getting in my car, I have a station car with a big old 6 on the side of it, and I'll lug all my stuff around, my camera, my lights, my tripods, and all that, and I'll usually walk up to people, and the first thing people say is, "Where's everybody else?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, the cameraman and stuff." I'm like, "No, it's just me." And I think some people have not believed in my abilities because of that, and then they see the finished product, and I think they're typically impressed. So it is officially 2 o'clock. And I am going to shoot my first interview for the day. And guess what? Is it the Cherokee Freedman story? No. Is it the Muppet story? Also no. And is it the housing story? No, 3 times. It's a completely different story. I'm on story number 4, and it's supposed to come on TV in 3 hours. So we're gonna lock in, like the young people say, because I'm about to flip out. Right here. So Greta, I'm here today talking about what some might call the final result of a few years long battle, but could you take me back to the very beginning? Sweet. Well, thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh.
See y'all later.
All right. See ya.
Make her sound good, Ethan.
I will. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get back to the station, and I don't know how the heck I'm gonna do this. You learn on the fly. All right. I'm lost in the city. If anything, I need to go live. Hey. Now, I'm sweating a little bit. I don't like that. Yes. Method to my madness and a madness to my method. I don't like that shot. How's that look to you? I typically try to keep my interviews to 10 minutes max because that gives me a lot less to log. This one's 18 minutes. All right, let me lock in. I think it works for me. I'm gonna get this approved. I'm gonna have to go to Lori because she can help me confirm the stuff that I said so I don't get sued. Hey Lori, you got a second? Sweet. Thank you. Take 1. 3, 2, 1. Greta Hertz says that's when a routine promotion process took a turn. I'm so weird about this job, man. I don't like seeing John Jessero's last shot yesterday was like one of the very few that I have watched. I just don't like seeing myself on TV. I don't like hearing my voice back, but I'd rather hear my voice back than see myself on TV. I haven't gotten to that yet. Kobe. All right, 4:15. 4:15. 4:15. Remember, guys, I'm in the 5. It's 4:15. My mom's gonna see this, so I'm not gonna say anything. But if you could hear what's going on in my head right now. Sam. It should be coming over now, and it's 1:23. Is that cool? Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Thank you.
The city of Tulsa has decided to settle a lawsuit with 2 longtime Tulsa firefighters for $250,000 each.
Those two women sued for discrimination, saying they were passed over for promotions and then punished for speaking up afterward. News on 6's Ethan Wright talks to one of those firefighters about what she says she's been through. Ethan.
Lori, Greta Hertz worked for the fire department for 24 years. She said when she applied for a promotion, the rules suddenly changed.
Well, let's see, the very beginning, I think, would have been in 2019, actually.
Greta Hertz says that's when a routine promotion process took a turn.
And I was the most qualified and experienced person for that position and was pretty sure I was going to get that position.
But she didn't.
In a nutshell, I got passed over for that promotion by a less qualified male officer, Brent Goins.
And when the next promotion opened, she says the fire chief scrapped outside evaluations, and that violated city policy.
I spoke out about that. I talked to the fire chief, and then I ended up having to go to HR over that.
She says the fire department promoted a less qualified man over her, and then she was stripped from her role, isolated, and ultimately ignored.
I will tell you, the last few years of my career were grief.
Greta and fellow firefighter Julie Lynn filed a lawsuit in 2022 saying they experienced years of gender discrimination. They say they were denied promotions in favor of less qualified men, including for 2 assistant chief jobs in 2021.
Rules were bent or rules were made up just so that certain people could be placed, and it discounted those that were qualified and had worked to earn that position. That's the true definition of discrimination.
The city has now agreed to settle, paying a total of $500,000. The way that I grew up, so my dad he works in business consulting, but my parents talk a lot. But my dad, his dad passed when he was my age at 24, but he was a huge pillar in their community. So my dad took over that role at a young age and just getting to become a people person and being out and just reaching out to people and always being there. My mom, she lost her younger brother when she was my age. So they both have that grief connection, but they also both share that same desire to be there for people and just help people. And I think they pass that on to me, kinda, because I have this tendency now I put myself in people's shoes. What would it be like if you were telling a story about me? What would it be like if I lost somebody and you're doing this interview? And I think that's the best way to get the best story, is just to be like, what if this was me? How would I feel? So if you go about it that way, then you're not gonna ask questions that'll rub people the wrong way. You're not gonna want to portray people in a negative light, because what if that was you? You don't want people to only highlight your negatives. But sometimes in this job, you do have to do some stories that aren't always the best. And just to be honest with you, I haven't really quite learned how to handle those yet, because I'm still fairly new. But then you also have to be able to step away from it and say, I'm only telling your story. I'm not a part of it, kind of just like, okay, here's what's happened. Do it in the best way that can represent them, and then lay it down, sit it down. You can't carry all this stuff with you. We do 100 and who knows how many stories a year. So I can't carry all 100 of those with me, because it's not healthy. But we have a very important job as journalists to hold people accountable, keep people informed, and to tell stories that often go unheard, and also to tell stories in the most ethical way possible. And that means covering both sides, even if you agree or disagree, covering both sides of the story, telling the facts, telling the emotion, telling how it affects everybody. So in order to do that, you just really have to remember that's what your job is when you go into those stories. That's how you do it the best, I think. That's a long answer to that question.
That was good.
Just don't take yourself too seriously. Try your best every day. Serve the community that you serve it to the best of your abilities. Put your best foot forward, stay humble, stay hungry, and stay smart. I've been Ethan Wright signing off. I love you guys. Say it back. Say it back. Okay, bye.